Welcome back, folks, to the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast. Today, Greg, we are live. This is not live, but we were live from ArcLight 2022 NAILD convention. And, this episode is brought to you by Technical Consumer Products, TCPI.com. Our friend Ellis Yan, the king of lighting, Greg Ehrich.
Here in person, and that's what is very important to see is, leadership of the company. Not just anybody, but the leaders here.
Yeah.
He's here showing his product, great new innovative stuff. I'm going to show you on the end of this because we're going to grab a sample of it now, but some awesome new products that are out there. TCP will do anything you need them to get the sale. That's what I love about them.
And go to NAILD.org, especially if you're a distributor. Join us. And we're here with not one generation, not two generation, third generation president of NAILD, Jeff Nefouse. Congratulations, my man.
Thank you.
Congrats, Jeffrey.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Wow. So quickly tell us about Ed and your father and your history in NAILD.
Sure. So my grandfather is different last name. Ed Saag is my mom's dad. Was a founding member of NAILD back in 77. He was president in 81 to 83. So he never missed a conference starting back then and through even 10 years after he retired. I think 2008 was his last conference. He sadly passed away in 2010.
R.I.P.
But he was one heck of a guy. I still get stories from even members now about stuff that they learned from him and funny stories that just came. So he loved NAILD, and I think he would be pretty happy that it's still going strong, and it just makes me very proud to be president now. My dad, Greg, was president in 2001 to 2002, I believe, so my high school senior year. And he's still part of NAILD, a huge passion in NAILD. And, we're not the biggest company in the world, AM Electric, but we've supported NAILD since the beginning, and I think we always will. So,
How old's your son?
My son's 2.5.
Okay, I'm doing the math because every 20 years there's a Nefouse in charge.
I got a little started later on that one, so
right.
it may not be as, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to wish him in the lighting business quite yet.
Right.
But
That's hilarious. I don't want to doom him to this.
not yet. Yeah, I'm not.
Let him have his childhood. And then we'll see
Exactly.
what happens.
He can come to a NAILD convention later. But it's interesting that you're the right president at the right time.
I think so too.
You're bringing the history of NAILD, but you're also looking forward. You're also looking at what NAILD can be in the future. Tell me a little bit about your vision for this association moving forward.
I'm going to be a little blunt here. I think we're going to have a strong year. I think we're going to do what we have to do to make sure that our voice is heard. We represent the distributors, the people with the knowledge, and I think we have to do what we can to make sure that whether it's fighting the DLC, whether it's getting our statement out there on what we want for dark sky. There's so many elements that that I don't think distributors are always heard that much. I think we're kind of taken for granted now. We go through and see, I don't think we're 100% forgotten, but there's still a lot of people out there that I think take us for granted. And we're still the knowledge of the business and the passion. And
you take his grandfather and his father, Greg, or like a Sid Phillips.
Yep.
Oh,
right? Stephen Robinson, right? These guys. Gentlemen.
Yes.
They don't want to speak up. They don't want to be, they don't want to stir up any trouble or anything like that.
And in fairness, I think I was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Until I came to NAILD in Reno.
Yeah.
And this was 19, I think.
Yeah.
Whenever Spence was taking over presidency. And I was like, man, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
It really sparked something in me that everyone was meeting and talking and just getting some ideas out of stuff that I never really thought about. But now that I'm getting, a little older and a little wiser, I don't care as much. I know that sounds weird. When I say I don't care as much, I mean, I don't care what people think
maybe
as
you
much.
care more.
Exactly. I'm saying I don't care what people think as much.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to, you got to make a difference sometimes. And sometimes it takes a chance. And sometimes I'm going to get my hands dirty.
Off.
Let's put it that way.
Sometimes you piss somebody off.
And it's going to happen.
But you know what the thing was for so long, Paul Hafner did that for us. We took it for granted, actually. Yeah. He spoke on behalf of the distributors, and he brought our message to these places. And we lost that. and now it's we're trying to get it back. We need our influence back.
Yeah. Can I give a shout out real quick to Matt, who won the Paul Hafner Cup?
Yeah.
I just want to, Matt Thiessen, great guy, deserved it, well-deserving award. We had 2 awards at NAILD this year. The other one was
Gary Root
Award, who Spencer, God help me with this
Spencer
last
Miles.
Miles, jeez, I can't even remember it. Well-deserved there, too. Just great people in the industry.
You know what? When Spencer actually approached us to manage NAILD, which is how it actually happened.
Yeah.
He said, "You guys take it, right?" But I nailed. That's a long story.
Yeah, a very long story.
Yeah, but you know what? The first thing I looked at was, you know what? Why are we giving all the awards to the vendors?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
a distributor. I know there's the Vendor of the Year award back in the day, and then the best product.
Yes.
That's Lightfair's job. That's
Yeah.
not NAILD's job.
Yeah.
Right. NAILD's about the distributor.
Yeah.
That's in the thing. Yeah.
And I said to myself, why don't? And second of all, we have one of the greatest guys in Paul Hafner, who'd like to ever talk about lighting and be on the lighting stage. How come that there's no award called the Paul Hafner Award? Come on.
I don't know, but maybe even cooler is the fact that Gary Root has his face on a championship belt.
So that's the thing with NAILD and what we've done this year is, and you would know better than anybody because you went when you were a kid and you've seen the transition of what we're trying here this year.
And it's a little different.
Yeah.
You try things and see what works. Mm-hmm. I think gone are the days of bringing your family to NAILD and making it's all business now, which, some people may look down upon that, but you know what? We got transition with time. And I think we have a great leadership in place. I think I'm going to have a great year. I think Brian Huff's in line, Big Money Huff.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to be there doing his
Big
thing.
Money
and,
Huff.
That's why I call him Big Money Huff. He's next in line, and it's only going to continue. I really believe that. And you two guys deserve a lot of credit. You guys have really tied in, I think, a voice that was missing. And, obviously the podcast is great, but even so, just making sure that people know that NAILD's for real, and we're still around, and we're still going to be a force.
And really, the podcast is this. Take off the headset, and it's this. Us sitting around.
This is how we roll.
Well, last night we were at the bar. Everybody was having drinks. Corey was there. Spencer was there. You were there. Everyone was there. And we were talking
I was not drinking that much.
Well, we were talking about what we are going to do.
Yeah.
What we are going to do.
Not what someone should do. It's
yes,
what we're going to do.
What we're going to do.
Yep.
Not complaining. Should we do this? Should we do that? What if we did this? Can we get Tony Esposito to do that color thing and tell us all about it so we win big? It's about us.
That was crazy. When did the color? Sorry, I just not to get off topic. That was.
Listen. The fact that nobody has paid that guy yet is ridiculous.
So for those that weren't here, the kind of a recap on it, the TM30, the new color rendering index metric, I guess you would say, is what it is. He had a demonstration room that, again, you can't see if you're not at a convention.
No,
go to the convention, you can see this
stuff.
stuff. And
even if you come to ArcLight just for that,
yes,
it's totally worth it.
Because you think about how much more you could sell something now, and when we talk about quality of light, and that demonstrates it better than anything.
Yes,
like when you actually can see the colors and how they pop.
These two fixtures are the same specification, except that this one is more aligned to preference, and this one's more aligned to fidelity. And you're like, the preference is way better, actually.
Yes, right.
That's actually amazing.
It makes a huge difference. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Wow.
So we've got that. What else, Foose? Any big plans this year for NAILD that you see on the horizon? Just keep the voice going.
I think there's a ton of stuff. We can't officially say everything. I don't want to, we still got to get board approval on stuff, and we got. I think we have a lot of things coming. We just changed the bylaw yesterday.
Yep.
So we're gonna have a lot more outside influence come into NAILD. Different perspectives and get more people involved, which is what this is about. It's about getting people involved, maybe stuff you never thought about. And, being on the board for the last 2 years, I've been a part of stuff that I never thought about. I headed a social
media marketing committee.
Yeah, the social committee. And, we came out with some good stuff from that. And we developed a LinkedIn thing for about, $600 a month?
LinkedIn, listen.
Yeah.
So what you came out with your committee, and I remember we didn't publish them. It was internal.
No, it was internal.
It was for us. And basically what if you're listening to this, what Jeff found out with his group was that the average lighting distributor doesn't have an audience on social media.
Yeah.
It's not that the content is good or bad. It's that, Nefouse's cousins are following him on Twitter, and when he puts
And they
something
love
out,
me, by the way.
yeah, by the way, they like his stuff every time. But unfortunately, it doesn't make him a lot of money, and so we have to build that audience, and that's what LinkedIn Profile Builder does. It builds the audience for you.
And so far, so good from what I'm hearing from the
Yeah.
Brian, our former president, is doing it.
Yeah.
Greg, you're part of that, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's going good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to keep that stuff going, and that's the value you get out of NAILD membership, and that's all. There's all these little programs that we can set up and do, but it's also just getting together.
I'm going to give
everybody
quick shout out to an associate of yours, Erin, who put this whole thing together. Pretty much, just did an amazing job this week, and I wanted to give her a shout out. Her energy is contagious, and it just keeps it going on long days, man. It's some of these days they grind on you. And
well, while we're giving shout outs, I'd like to give a shout out to that guy right there, Scott Wachter,
yes.
Who he didn't even have lunch yesterday, and of course back in Toronto, Scott Griffin. These two the Scots really do a lot of work for NAILD, and it's not appreciated. So thank you, Scott.
Thank
He's
you guys.
waving at us.
Seriously,
you guys did a great job.
They run every meeting too, and
such a good job. And a lot of people don't realize that Scott Wachter is reading every piece of news. He is, excuse me. Oh, whoa, excuse me. I need my mute button. He also edits and writes a lot of the letters.
Yeah,
that
every Monday the lighting briefs and
but also when we do these the six strategies for darkness restoration, the sustainability letter, that's all drafted by Scott Wachter, actually.
I know.
Like, most people don't realize that he's the one doing all that work, and so there's so many people that we have behind NAILD, behind the scenes, that are doing such great work. And I know Scott Griffin's listening to this in Toronto right now at the controls desk, and Scott, you guys are doing a great job.
That's right. And everybody should get to NAILD next year. We're going to do some more conventions.
That's going to be one of my major goals. You're talking about goals. I think we had 23 maybe this year, distributors.
Yep.
I'd like to get to 33. I mean, I'd like it to be 80. But in reality, if we can get 10 more, I think you improve every year. And there's no better place to get the knowledge of and get the interaction. I know everyone loves Light Fair. I think you get to see a lot of cool products, and it's a great. But the vendors are so busy, and it just, yesterday I got to talk to so many different people. Some I knew, some I didn't know. And, it's what this business is about. It's creating relationships. So, I saw some products I've never seen before. We're more commercial side, so I saw some residential here at Archlight.
Sure.
And I would love to just keep on growing the crowd, because it is well worth it. It really is. You get to meet. You were talking about going to the bar last night, and the same idea as on Tuesday night, just having dinner and just talking with people about different stuff that they're doing. And I learned from the distributors as much as I learned from the vendors.
Of course,
and everyone's got different ideas. We're different size companies, and there's a place. I'm going to be straight here. I've got 6 full-time employees. We're a really small company. My friend Corey's got like 70 employees.
Yeah, sure.
So there's something for everyone here, and you can get something out of everything. That's how it works.
It's interesting that you brought up the people.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about the people in NAILD, right? And you're talking about, we had 23 distributors this year. And, there was a lot of benefits at partnering with ArcLight, Greg. There's a lot of benefits, but we want to take over a hotel. We actually, I wouldn't mind bringing my wife to a NAILD. I'll be honest with you, and my family. I wouldn't mind. And I know that's not. People are not looking for that anymore.
Mike's not gonna be at the bar at 2 a.m. if that's the case.
That's probably a good thing.
Everyone's saying, "Don't let him bring his wife because he's a party animal. We need him." But like I wouldn't mind taking over the PGA at Palm Springs with NAILD. You know what I mean? I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, but we need you. We need the distributors out there. We need you to join us. We need you to follow Jeff's footsteps. 3 generations in NAILD. Greg, is it time?
It's time. I want to show this.
Before we do,
look at that.
Jeff, any final thoughts for the listeners out there? President of NAILD, congratulations. By the way.
I don't have much to say. Just if like I said, keep an eye on us this year. It's going to be a big year, and not to poke a little right, but I think we're going to be taking over soon. Just watch. Watch, baby.
Join
We're there.
us. Join us. Jeff said so. Jeff's
We're
telling
there.
you to join us. Greg, I think we got to get a little bit crazy right now.
Well, look at this thing.
That's
Is that
crazy.
not the craziest
That's
thing
the
you've
best
seen in
light
a long
bulb
time?
I've ever seen in my life.
So you can screw
That's a
that
light
right
bulb.
into a hanging cord. And you know what? My favorite thing that I've seen the best
Innovation.
Innovation.
Should have won the Progress Report award.
Watch this thing right here. You see what that is? It makes a medium-based mogul without extending the length.
It's so
Screws
amazing.
right
isn't it?
over
I've never
that.
seen that.
No,
Isn't that amazing?
Is that
That's
not the coolest thing?
That was
That's
the first thing I've ever seen.
That should win the Progress Report award. That right there.
Take your corn cob killer, make it into a mogul base.
Like, that's so
Boom.
awesome.
By the way, can I give a shout? The corn cob killer is awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
I
yeah.
love the corn cob killer.
Yeah.
I've got them stacked in my
In
my
your
showroom.
Your showroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Stack them
Where
high.
people come and give you money.
Ellis is the man.
That's right.
You know what the thing is like it's like what we need. This is why they oftentimes when you were on the board, Greg, they would be changing the tagline of NAILD all the time.
Right.
Education, networking,
Logo.
right? I love where lighting means business. That is my favorite tagline from NAILD, where lighting means business. And that's what this is. We're talking about, hey, dumbass, this is actually super awesome. I know you think this is a
Nerd alert,
stupid
yeah.
piece of metal that isn't very much.
No, I've
but
never
if you
seen that.
If you
Yeah.
sell light bulbs every day, that's awesome, actually.
That's
Is
the best
that
innovation
is
I've
that
seen.
TCP?
TCP.
TCP.
I knew the corn cob. All right,
They're the best. Look at that.
I'm
thing.
going to head over to the booth here and
Yes.
talk to my man.
Go to
Ellis.
tcpi.com, nailed.org. Join us.
Um,
Love you guys.
thank you guys.